I really tried building something small this time, and I kind of succeeded. It's only medium sized. Also, it's a habitat for these servals, which I'm probably not pronouncing correct, but then I initially thought it was servals, but according to Google, it's servals. Probably not pronouncing it correctly. It's small cat, lives in, I think, Morocco, mostly. Somewhere in Northern Africa. Yeah, I don't know a lot about animals. Anyway, so we're starting off by building a farm, because whenever I try to build something small, again, I'm somehow succeeded, or halfway succeeded, because it's medium sized and not large, but whenever I want to build something small in Kayan al-Bashar, it always ends up being a farm for some reason. So I am building a farm, and I also realized that whenever I build something small, just in general, I start compensating. It's kind of like, you know, when the idea of when a guy has like a big car and it's like, yeah, he's compensating for something between his legs. I kind of realized that I kind of do the same with my builds. Somewhat, don't think too far into that, but I basically, whenever I build something small, I really clutter it up, because I'm just like, this needs more and I can't make it larger, so I'm just going to dress it up. Again, don't think too far into that, but yeah, so whenever I build something small, I usually clutter it up a lot, and this farm is no exception to that. And also, this farm breaks the servals, because there's a lot of climbable pieces and the servals like to climb. Yeah, didn't think really of that whenever I'm building something, I don't really think about the animals, so like I don't know much about the animals, but then I also don't think about them when I'm building, so it's kind of like the worst of two things. But yeah, so luckily it's only like it's on the edge of their habitat, but some parts of this building are just like, yeah, they are already breaking the climbing system. That's already not too good. I mean, I will forever say when it comes to PlanetZoo's climbing system, it's so broken that it's funny. I really hope that they like one day maybe polish it up, because the amount of times that I've seen any climbing animal do Superman jumps across their entire habitat, even if it's like a kilometer in size, is, again, it's so broken that it's funny. And then the amount of times that I've seen animals moonwalk or just do like just really weird turns. For a zoo game, the animals are the most broken thing in a way. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the building, and actually I have another topic that I like to discuss, because I finally have a schedule back. Or at least some sort of a schedule, which means that every Wednesday and Saturday there should be videos right now, and I'm ahead of schedule. I have basically videos laid out for the coming month, which is new. Usually I'm scrambling to get ideas, scrambling to get the build finished in time, and then somehow, well, most of the times I delay videos. Most of the time. But right now I have enough ideas for videos to basically last me the entire month, which is great. But then at the other end of the thing, my constant thought process now is, what the fuck is happening? This isn't how it's supposed to go. I'm not stressed out. This is not good. I'm supposed to be stressed out. No, what's this feeling of being relaxed? Doesn't work. Please help. And then at the other times, I'm just really peaceful and like, I want, like, there's this small voice in my head which I should crush, like I should burn it. But because I have videos laid out, I'm just like, hey, I could post 3 videos a week. And then I realized that, yes, Poison, we have been down this road before. Like, I'm just like Frontier. I go through cycles where I start with like 2 videos, and then I think like, oh, I can make 3 videos. Oh, I can do 4 streams at the same time. Oh, I can do this as well. And then at the end, it's like it's a month after that. And then I am stressed out and take off for a week. And then the entire cycle starts over again. So I am not allowing myself to post more than 2 times. I am still thinking of like when streaming is going to come back, but let's first see if I can keep this up, because I really, again, I should burn that little voice in my head that keeps telling me post more. Yeah. Also, for some reason, I constantly want to burn things. Well, don't take that too seriously. Like, I don't want to burn things in real life. Well, I do have kind of a fascination for fire. Again, don't take this too seriously. But whenever I want to metaphorically destroy things, I always resort to burning it. But anyway, back to what we're building, because as I said, I am compensating with this build. Yeah, I'm just like cluttering it all up and such, but then luckily, again, only part of this building is in the actual habitat. It's only like the back stairs, but those beams that I'm using as a railing for the stairs are climbable, and I've seen the servals already start trying to climb the building. But for some reason they can't get on top of it, which I'm just like, I'm counting my lucky stars for that, because that's like, again, I shouldn't be allowed to build something for animals that can climb, because I don't bother making anything that I am building unclimbable and unbreakable, because yeah, again, the climbing system in PlanetZoo is the most broken thing in the entire game, I would say. But it's, again, so bad that it's funny. I keep saying this, I know I'm a broken record, but it's funny. And if I'm not laughing about how broken PlanetZoo is, I will cry. So anyway, also I didn't forget to put a chimney on this build. Yeah, a lot of builds don't have chimneys because I forget. I should not forget to build chimneys. I really just want to make like a collection of chimneys, so that like whenever I forget to build a chimney, I can just like go to my collection of chimneys and just put some on the building. Anyway, yeah, again, I'm still just looking at the build and I'm just like, yeah, that's compensating. That's me trying to make the build larger in my head without actually making it larger in real life. Also, I wanted to have like some, I don't know if you can call it like a Greek style, but I wanted to have like a courtyard kind of vibe, but because this building is at the edge of the habitat, it would just close off the entire building and you would just be looking at a wall, so then I made the courtyard just a fence. So, yeah, I also started using the aquatic default rocks just a lot more. Like, as soon as the pack dropped, I was just like, I probably am not going to use these rocks. And now I find myself using them basically everywhere. Also, quick note, the fences that I'm using for this habitat, they are as broken as the house. Like, no animals so far have been able to climb this fence, not even the monkeys. But for some reason the servals can, and yeah, there's a lot of elephant grass that has to be used for this build to make sure that they wouldn't be able to get close to these fences, because I didn't want to change the fences. Like, I could just go for a simple rock fence, but I want these wooden pieces, or the wooden sticks on top of it. But yeah, in its entirety, the habitat is small. The farm is, well, the habitat is not small, it's medium-sized. The farm is also medium-sized, but I'm getting there. But anyway, this video is actually, in a way, a 3-parter, or 4-parter, because you could count the Donkey Tavern as another part of it. But this is kind of a new area in Kayan al-Bashar, which I've named the Gorge, which is literally just going to be the desert area of Kayan al-Bashar, because even though Kayan al-Bashar is in a desert, I've not ever actually really built a desert build. The Serval Habitat is kind of a, like, the Donkey Tavern was green and everything. The Serval Habitat is slightly less green, there's not as much grass and plants and everything. And then the next habitat is going to be even less green, and I have even more animals that I downloaded to put into that one. And also, yes, this is here to say that the servals are a modded animal. So I will put the link again in the description. But this is also to say that I am really excited for the... I'm not as much... That's not a correct sentence. I'm not as excited for the next Frontier pack. I am excited for Lion Riders. I want to say survival. Why, brain, why? But I'm really excited for his... Well, he doesn't like for it to be called his Poachers pack, but his Safari pack or Africa pack, because... Ooh boy, there's a lot of it there, and I'm just like... Frontier, look at Lion Rider's pack. That's how a pack for Planet Zoo is supposed to be. Because there is not just 8 animals, there's a big load of animals in there. And yeah, I'm really excited. Also because, again, he doesn't like if I call it a poacher's pack, but there's a lot of animal skulls and skeletons in it, and you know that I want those. I also ask for human skulls and skeletons, because Kayan al-Bashar and Valhalla can really work well with that. Yeah, I want human skulls and skeletons. Yeah. But then that wouldn't really work for an actual, realistic zoo. And Planet Zoo is supposed to be a zoo game, but then I'm just like, I don't care. I just want to build this fantasy world of mine, and also, because I'm ahead of schedule with videos and such, and with ideas, I can actually say that the new project... I'm going to do a kind of side project, a small side project, when Kayan al-Bashar goes behind the scenes, because if I'm counting it correctly, there's 2 builds after this that's going to form the Gorge, which, again, is just a desert area in Kayan al-Bashar, and then there's probably 2 more builds after that, so there's 4 builds. I'm not sure, it might also be just 1 build after that, so... you will only see 4 or 5 more build videos or speed build videos like this one for Kayan al-Bashar before the season 3 is finished, and it will go behind the scenes. And then we will see Valhalla return and the secret side project. And then, yeah, I'm really excited for that project. I've been listening to a lot of music to just get me kind of in the groove of that project, and it's still set in this fantasy world of mine because I want that, and it just, there's so many things with this fantasy world of mine that I've created. I can go everywhere when it comes to, why do I always want to say agricultural when I meant to say architectural? Why are agricultural and let's just move on, because I'm not going to say that correctly ever. Also, yeah, this is just a thing again with the climbing system in Planet Zoo. I made the habitat kind of in 2 sections with a climbing thing in between it, but because the climbing system in Planet Zoo is, say it with me, as broken as hell, so broken that it's funny, they don't really see, the servals don't really see both parts of the habitat, they only see one side, and then for a couple of minutes they see both sides, and then they only see the other side as traversable. So yeah, the meters for if their habitat is large enough or not just are completely out of whack constantly. So in the end I just I deleted the climbable thing that separates the 2 areas and just made it sort of flattened so that they could never see it as 2 separate areas. But yeah. Also, yeah, the Gorge is... Well, I basically looked for synonyms for ravine because it's in a ravine, sort of. But it's going to be the more... it's the desert area, but it's probably also going to be the more dangerous, less fun part of Kayan al-Bashar. Well, I think the suburbs are still more dangerous, because at least in the Gorge, you're just going to die of dehydration or being eaten by animals. You're not going to be cut to pieces here. Well, potentially could be, because I'm basically building this habitat with the idea of that little shack that I've built as the sleeping area for the servals to be like an abandoned bandit camp kind of thing. I don't know why I wanted to say or said a bandit. Today works, but can't even say today, it's just every time. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there is the like and subscribe button if you want to see more. There's the notification button, but before that one starts working, I don't really have a joke for today, so we're going to just go with that. But anyway, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.